Hello and welcome to another Gentle Yoga with Gayle. So find some gentle music to put on and a nice spot to work. I've got a little spot on my front porch, would you believe it or not. I've set myself up with just a comfortable mat, and you might be able to see I'm sitting today on a couple of pillows, just cushions that I use on an outdoor setting. Whatever you need to feel comfortable, have it nearby. And we're just going to start off by settling in. So giving ourselves some time just to settle in, find some comfort, and know that you can change your position anytime you like. So if something becomes uncomfortable for you, take some time out. Explore options open to you, and I'll give you lots of options as we go. If you have an injury or any limitations at all, remember to work with your body. Nobody can see you, nobody to compete with. This is all just exploring the body and noticing how that feels. So I'm starting off with a gentle neck movement. It's a sort of a figure 8 movement. The way that I'm sitting with the two pillows, it makes it easy for me to have a nice tall spine. And that's what's important here, more so than opening the knees or having open hips or strong ankles at this point. So I'm doing two things. I'm just exploring the neck movements. Here I am up and down. And I'm also exploring the movement of the spine. Breathing out here, a little curl forward. And I'm just exploring the movement of the hips and the pelvis. So a little bit of side to side movement. At this stage, I'm not trying to do any enormous bends, no elbow down on the ground. I'm exploring the movement of the spine and the pelvis while keeping the knees sort of locked into place. Little gentle breathe in each time your hand lifts up. And then swapping the hand over and trying for another breath in. If you find that the breath is too fast, you might breathe in on one hand, use the other hand to breathe out. Coming into your Ujjayi breath, if you know that breath. Just breathing in and out through the nose. A slight constriction at the back of the throat, making that beautiful oceanic sea breeze sound. Same sound you hear when you place a shell to your ear. Breathing in and lifting up. And then coming into twists. Twisting one way, breathing in and lift. Breathe in and lift. Twisting. Breathing in and lift. And then try that on the other side. Breathe in and lift. And a little bit of a twist. Breathe out. In and out. In and out. In and out. Just a few more. Noticing the movement in the side of the hips, and noticing that gentle twist of the back and the muscles around the low tummy as you make that twist on the top of the pelvis as well. We're going to do a little bit of an add-on. So tucking one foot under And we've crossed legs the other way. It doesn't feel as natural. Hand across, and we're tucking the natural way for you. 2 feet out. And I'm just showing you that hand across the knee, that's the knee that you tuck under first. It doesn't really matter which foot you start on. Notice that I'm not really using my hands to hold me in place. Trying to keep the spine nice and tall, hinging from the hips. So it's almost like a little bit of tummy work, getting that movement happening in the hips, and a little bit of a hinge forward fold. Try that a few more times. And by all means, if things aren't moving the way you expect them to, use your hands. And here I have, I'm gone over to the side, just like we were before. Crossing the legs the other way. Coming forward, hinging at the hips. And then a little bit of a twist. Taking a breath in. Getting ready. Breathe right in and up. And breathe out. We've got cactus arms. Crossing, twisting. And here I'm placing a little bit of weight on hands, one knee, and that front foot. Doesn't matter which foot you're working on. Breathe in and up and lean back just a little. Get that tummy working, breathe out. Crossing the other foot. Twisting, a little bit of weight on the knee, the hands, and that front foot, the one that's closest to the front of the mat. Breathe in and breathe out, lean back. Crossing, twisting, and now flowing a little further, just exploring one hand up. Breathe in and breathe out. Lifting up. It's almost like we're coming into a spiral. And then exploring the tummy action as you lean back. So this is our little dance, if you like, our vinyasa. Exploring that side twist, spiral, and exploring the layback as well. One hand up, maybe 2 hands on the ground. Maybe keeping one knee on the ground, if that feels better for you. We're coming into Navasana, boat pose. So I'm leaning back, lean forward and up, and then find that little twist again. A little bit of a spiral, lifting up, and I'm extending one leg. It's almost like I'm coming into side plank. I've decided to take my socks off. And I've got to say, this red mat is not the best one for me to be using today. I noticed when I tried to come into that side plank that it did sort of move a little bit. Testing it out. A little bit of a side plank. Sort of a twist of a side plank. And then come and cross your legs, sitting up nice and tall. And just notice the sensation in your hips and your spine again. Notice where the knees are placed and how they feel. Lifting a little bit, rocking from side to side. Using the breath as you move. Breathing in and out of the nose. You can see I've just rolled over to one side and come into down dog. A little bit of softening at the back of the knees and pressing your heels down as if they're going to reach the floor. Take one foot up and gently crossing the legs. Breathe in and up. Breathe out, lay back. Breathe in and up, cross the legs the other way. Rocking over on the other side. Going to come and try down dog in that side in a moment. 2 hands down, lifting up, and come and find your down dog. Lift the hips and then push hips away from your hands. Breathe and hold. Keep the breath coming. Bend the knee, lift up a bit. Back under. And find your cross legs. See if you can bring the feet in. And then do the layback, breathing out. Breathe in. Breathing out. Down dog once again. Take your time. So thinking about shoulders on this round. See if you can squeeze your elbows towards each other, lining up the shoulders so that it feels okay when you come into plank. Remember there's an option for plank and that's 1 or 2 knees down. Wherever you are as you come into plank, remember it is about the torso. Now stretching up and we're coming into deer pose, mermaid pose if you do Pilates. 2 hands down, there's that lovely twist. And you might find that you can get 1 or maybe 2 elbows down. Breathing in and up, extending the back leg, stretching the arm on the same side. You might have 2 elbows down at this point. Let's come and find and explore pigeon pose. So the knee that's underneath the torso, that kicks out to one side. Its heel is just underneath the hip. And in this version, I've crossed my leg, that's the one at the back, across the body line. Take a breath in, breathing out, elbows squeezed together. Coming down, that's nice and long, nice and low for you and your body type. You might come all the way down to the mat, but have a look, elbows down and lifting one hand. That's a twisted pigeon. There's a little bit of a balance feel as we come into this pose. Breathing out and just relaxing out of it. Hands under shoulders. Take a breath in and lift the chest. Now we're tucking the toes under. So that's the back toes, the one that's closest to your front of the mat. Lifting that knee. And then come and find your deer pose once again. a reverse deer, lifting up to the sun. And this might catch you in the back hip. So take it at your own pace. Let your body inform your movement. Couple of breaths here, just sitting nice and tall. And now we're coming over to deer on the other side. Deer pose is a yin pose. Let's just see if we can get any movement over on this side. Lifting up, placing 2 hands down, pressing that back knee into the ground, into the mat. Trying to position 2 hips on the mat. And you can still see I'm still on my pillows, as that suits me and my body today. Twisting over, using just tummy power. Trying to keep a long spine. Then breathing in and up, all the way over, and 2 hands on the mat. So now I'm coming into pigeon pose again. I'm getting ready for this twist. Starting off with the classical pigeon pose, the knee down, and trying to squeeze my elbows together as I explore length in the body. You might be able to lower down a little further than you see me, or maybe join me and just stay where you are. So one elbow down and the other hand lifting up. So you're turning away from the screen. Breathing out, 2 elbows down. Relaxing. And then taking those hands underneath the shoulders once again. Curling toes under and straightening the leg. So squeeze the butt muscles, activate the thigh. And taking that front foot, coming into seated, cross legs once again. So we've been really working with all of those muscles around the hips, the front and the sides and the back of the hips today. Really good for mobilizing the body, but also really good for strengthening. Take a good couple of breaths in here, breathing in and up, breathing out and down. Placing the hands at your heart center, and use a couple of breaths out to just relax any tension in the shoulders. Namaste. Maybe you'd like to stay in this position, or maybe even lie down on your mat. Just relaxing, and take a few moments to notice where your body activates.